members of the Presidential Task Force, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen of the press, I welcome you all to the national briefing by the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 for Monday, 27th July 2020. But let me also particularly welcome Dr. Walter Kasadi Mulumbo, the WHO rep in Nigeria, who is attending this press briefing for the very first time. You are welcome, sir. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for all the efforts and support we'll be receiving from the WHO. That's Fiona's colleague here in Nigeria. You will recall that we briefed the nation on the 29th June 2020 sequel to the approval of the President for the extension of phase 2 of the eased lockdown for another 4 weeks. That extension is due to expire on Wednesday, 29 July 2020, having commenced on the 30th of June 2020. The Presidential Task Force has continued to evaluate the developments as well as the level of compliance nationwide and has regrettably come to the inevitable conclusion that majority of Nigerians, irrespective of status, creed, and level of education, continue to live in denial on the virulent nature of the virus and consistently breach the guidelines and non-pharmaceutical measures put in place. We informed you 2 weeks ago that the process of submitting the 6th interim report and recommendations for next steps had commenced. The Presidential Task Force has reached advanced stages of the process. It has also considered that due to the upcoming Salah, Eid al-Kabir festivities, which coincides with the expiration of the current phase, it will be prudent to extend by 1 week from 29th July till Thursday, 6th August 2020. It has accordingly secured permission to retain the existing guidelines till that date. Considering the importance of international air travel to the economy, the Presidential Task Force and the aviation sector are working hard to fast-track reopening of the international airspace. Most importantly, the arrival protocols for passengers on inbound flights are being firmed up for seamless testing and detection. Relevant MDAs will be holding further consultations. The COVID-19 remains very virulent and very dangerous. Current statistics show the following. Global cases recorded now stands at 16,380,397 cases from 215 countries and territories. Global deaths stand at 651,198, while global recoveries stand at about 10 million recoveries. On the continent of Africa, cases are, as of today, 848,771 cases. Death toll, 17,791, and about 500,000 recoveries. In Nigeria, cases as of today stand at 40,532 cases, with fatalities of 858, while about 17,000 recoveries. The WHO statistics show that on the 24th July 2020, the world recorded 284,000 plus confirmed cases and 9,750 deaths. Both were records in terms of the spike in the daily numbers, and they represent a red flag to all nations. That in spite of almost 6 months of tackling COVID-19, an investment in billions or trillions of dollars, we still recorded the highest number on the 24th of July. And that's a clear picture of what is confronting the entirety of humanity. Our analysis has shown that people over 50 years of age, especially those with underlying factors, remain most at risk. This position is backed by the fact that 65% of fatalities recorded in Nigeria are in this category. So if you take the figure of 558 fatalities in Nigeria, 65% of these fatalities fall between the age bracket of 50 and above. That brings me to the need to appeal to Nigerians on the need for a change of behavior and compliance with measures put in place. If you do not need to go outside your home, please stay indoors. If you do not need to attend any occasion, avoid large gatherings and observe all the measures that have been introduced. In recent times, our risk communication teams have developed messages aimed at resonating very well with different demographic groups. The common string is the message for compliance and the proper wearing of face masks and coverings in public spaces. The national coordinator would elaborate further on this. Yesterday, being Sunday, I decided to just drive outside the city of Abuja for the second time again. And this time, instead of going to the Kuje area, I decided to go to the Karu, Nyanya, Jukoi, Aurozo area. And to my utter disappointment, people are just moving around as if there is nothing like COVID-19. I think that of Kuje was even better. I saw 3 people wearing masks, two wearing them inappropriately under their chin, with only one that had it properly worn. That of Karu, Jukoi, Orozo area. People were just on their own, doing whatever they wanted to do with themselves, in total disregard for the non-pharmaceutical measures that have been put in place. And we are at the stage of community transmission. I believe the national coordinator will be elaborating further on the need for strict adherence to this compliance, to these measures that have been put in place. As we prepare for the Eid al-Kabir first celebration, we also want to urge all our Muslim brothers and sisters, and indeed all Nigerians, to continue to observe all measures. We note with delight the increasing number of states that have shelved activities during this Salah celebration, and we still urge others yet to do so to follow suit. The World Health Organization has also introduced self-Eid practices in the context of COVID-19 and I urge us all to access and disseminate this information. I believe the National Coordinator will further elaborate on this as he gives his update. Similarly, the Presidential Task Force appreciates the Nigeria Spring Council, who has always been a great champion in the fight against the pandemic, for advising Muslims to avoid massive gatherings at Eid grounds and pray at area mosques under prescribed protocols. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to inform you that the Presidential Task Force is making steady progress in bringing more states within the national network and reporting system. This will greatly enhance the outcome of COVID-19 national response and will be more beneficial to the citizens of those states and the country in general. I now invite the Honorable Minister of Health, the DG, Nigerian Center for Disease Control, and the National Coordinator to the PTF to present their updates, and thereafter we will have certain interventions by honorable ministers here. I thank you for listening.